Patrick Dorgu is an absolute monster.
To Bruno Fernandes, lifts it back to Patrick Dorgu, takes it with him. Dorgu's left-footed effort! Oh, it's a screamer!
At times he still looks raw, but then you get moments where you can clearly see just how high his ceiling really is. Week by week, his performances have improved as his confidence has grown, and he started showing real quality. Lecce knew he wasn't just a left-back, they knew there was a lot more to his game, and he proved that with the goals he started scoring. That's why, back in January 2025, he was one of the most wanted young fullbacks in Europe. Clubs from Spain, England, Italy, and Germany were all keeping close tabs on him. Most of them decided to wait until the summer because January money is always tight. Everyone waited except Manchester United. United didn't hang about. They laid out the project, explained where they saw him playing and why he fit the system. They loved his physicality, his pace, and his potential. And Dorgu was ready for the move. The Premier League felt right. Manchester felt right, even though the club was going through one of the worst seasons in its history. So, on February 2nd, 2025, Patrick Dorgu signed for Manchester United, straight from Lecce to one of the biggest clubs in the world. For a 20-year-old, that's a massive step, but he's looked better with every game since. From kicking a ball around in Copenhagen to lighting up Old Trafford, this is the rise of Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu grew up in a football-mad family with Nigerian roots, so the game was part of his life from day one. Most days he was outside playing with his brothers at a small local club, learning the basics. Even back then, he stood out, stronger, quicker, and more athletic than most kids his age. By 12, he joined a respected youth club in Copenhagen. 2 years later, he moved to FC Nordsjælland's academy, known for producing top young talent. That's where he really kicked on. Mostly playing at left-back, he used his pace and power to bomb up and down the pitch, and it didn't take long for clubs outside Denmark to take notice. In the summer of 2022, at just 17, he made a huge call and moved to Italy to join Lecce. New country, new league, totally different style of football, and he hadn't even played senior football yet. Lecce signed him as a long-term project, starting in their youth setup. Once he settled in, it became clear they had something special. By 18, he was already in the first team. He made his senior debut in August 2023 and was quickly thrown into Serie A, and honestly, he didn't look out of place at all. By the end of the season, he'd played over 30 league games, which is mad for a teenager in such a tactical league. Although he started out as a left-back, it was obvious there was more to his game. Lecce began moving him around, winger, wide midfielder, even on the right so he could cut inside on his stronger left foot. That versatility became one of his biggest strengths. He carried the ball forward relentlessly, attacked defenders with power, and ranked among the best in the league for ball carries. At the same time, Italian football sharpened his defensive side, making him a far more complete player. In September 2024, he earned his first senior call-up for Denmark and scored with his first touch, dream debut. By the end of the year, he was being talked about as one of Denmark's brightest young talents. The interest only grew. Premier League clubs and Italian giants were watching closely. Patrick Dorgu wasn't just a prospect anymore, he was a proper rising star. Manchester United needed him. With issues at left-back and no natural options, Dorgu was the perfect fit, young, versatile, athletic and aggressive. In February 2025, Manchester United made their move. No slow introduction, just days after signing, he made his debut. There were early mistakes, which is normal, but he learned fast. Once he settled, he became a regular on the left side. He brought energy, intensity and athleticism, exactly what Manchester United were missing. He played big roles in Europe, won key penalties and made a strong impression despite the chaos around him. The following season was where things really clicked. After a full pre-season, he came back sharper, fitter and full of confidence. He started playing higher up the pitch, popping up with goals and delivering big moments. He scored his first United goal, picked up man of the match performances, and even delivered in derby games. Over a short run, he scored several Premier League goals, which is ridiculous for someone once labelled just a defender. At just 21, he's earned the trust of Manchester United through his versatility, physicality, and mentality. He can play across the back or further forward. He's rapid, powerful, fearless, and never stops running. He's not perfect, he can force things and rely too much on his pace, but those flaws are coachable. What you can't teach is his drive, bravery, and athleticism. From Copenhagen to Lecce to Old Trafford, Patrick Dorgu's rise has been rapid. Whether he ends up as a winger or stays as a wing-back, the potential is obvious. And at Manchester United, players like this don't just play games, they build something bigger.